Whoa.
Hey, Haley.
It's preparing.
Hey,
Hi.
hello, Erin.
Who
I
are we
shouted
leaving
you
to?
out.
Kim!
I'm applying to be a Midway ambassadors, and I tagged you, but you don't know it.
Oh my
I
gosh. I love it.
Are you guys leaving now?
We're live.
Yay!
Yeah, okay. Yes. Okay, Zach, it's up if you want to send it to
I will.
Connor. And get rid of that. All right. So, I don't know how to start this. I hate it.
Welcome everyone to the Survivor Time and Change Season 4 Ohio Sprays Reunion Show. Yay!
And luckily, for this reunion, we have got almost everybody from our merge. We're only missing Sam Smith, so we're going to go through, introduce everybody, and then Zach and I are going to get into some questions. So to start off, my name's Sam Tremblay. I was the treasurer during Season 4, and currently I'm going to the University of Pittsburgh to get my doctorate in OT. So if everybody else wants to do their name, their place, and then, what are you up to now? It's been a while since Season 4.
2.5 years.
Zach goes first.
Oh, I'll go first. Well, my name's Zach. I was on e-board during the season. I'm currently an oncology nurse at the James in Columbus. This is my cat, George, and we're very excited to be back with our besties today. Just go in boot order. Richard, you go first.
I honestly don't even remember what I was supposed to say. Richard.
Name, place, what are you doing now?
Oh, okay. Name, Richard. Place, still in Columbus. What I'm doing now, I'm still in school.
Cool.
Tanner Dupre, 8th place, accountant, Philadelphia area. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just chilling.
What's up? Noah. I currently live in Utah as a scientist, helping to produce some drugs. Yep.
Oh gosh, no.
The COVID vaccines are being helped a little bit by me, just a little bit.
Look at you go. So I'm Emily. I'm in graduate school right now, getting my master's in speech pathology at Cleveland State. So I'm in Chardon again. I'd rather Columbus, but here we are. So that's how life's going.
What's up, everybody? My name's Zane Zafar. I'm currently a compliance analyst living in Beechwood, Ohio. Yep.
Haley, I can't hear you. Still nothing.
Not muted. How about now?
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
You literally were
weird.
muted, so I'm not that yeah, so my name's Haley. I'm still living in Columbus. I do customer service, basically, work from home with my dog, Rosie. That's it.
I'm Cam, also in Columbus. I graduated in May, so I'm now working as a production assistant for the local news in the morning.
Hi, I'm Erin. I am currently living in Orlando, Florida. I'm in grad school getting my master's, trying to become a PA. So
I would trust you as my PA.
Oh, thank you.
I would too. All right, and then Sam Smith wants everybody to know he's busy, so he can't join, but he wants to say hi. Guilting him into this did not work, evidently.
Doing what?
He did not specify.
He's just sitting on his ass at home. It's fine. He's not here, so I can drag him a little bit.
He's out and about.
All right, and then I think Zach had a question he wanted to ask everyone first.
Yeah, so guys, thank you all again for being here. We really appreciate you taking time out of your busy lives to come and hang out with us and just talk about something that happened a long time ago. But just to start out, we just want to hear, you guys don't have to like go in any order, but please don't leave us awkward silence hanging, please.
You can call on the next person.
Yeah. So basically, we just want to hear like what it's been like watching something that happened 2.5 years ago. Obviously, you guys spent a lot of time doing this. Everyone here made it to the merge. Some of you put in 84 days worth of time. What has it been like, you know, watching it all play out? Especially, I know some people were kind of anxious about seeing themselves. So how has that experience been for everyone?
You go.
I'll go first. All right. It's been terrifying the first few weeks because I was like, I knew I didn't know how I was playing the game, but like to see how hard everyone else was like shocking to me. To see like how many meetings Tanner was taking the first few weeks, how many meetings Richard was taking, and I was kind of like all right, I'll just meet a couple of times a week and that's good. Like I'm not gonna do anything more than that. It's been weird to see how hard certain people were playing the game, and I didn't realize that while I was playing.
I was going to say that I personally couldn't watch the Noah vote because that's when I awkwardly released that I had an idol potentially. So I watched everything but that point because I just couldn't do it. And the same is true with my vote. I watched all the way up into playing my idol. I didn't listen to any of the votes being read just because I was like, I can't go through that either. And it takes me a minute to realize that I'm being voted out. So like, I just can't go through that stupidity again. So yeah.
Yeah, I relate to Emily on that. I will not be watching the finale episode. I might watch until Zane gets voted out, and then I might just call it quits from there. But yeah, I mean, watching myself back, I think the thing for me is that it's so weird seeing everybody and knowing I wasn't best friends with them. Cam, but also even Greg. Like I remember viewing Greg as like a power figure, and now I'm like, you're literally just as dumb as I am. Like, you're no better.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, go.
you can go, Aaron, if you want.
No, you go.
Wow, Final Tribal Council all over again. Teddy bears with guns. Okay. Yeah, I would say it honestly wasn't as bad watching it back as I thought it was gonna be, just because I always think I'm a huge embarrassment. So I mean, there were moments, but it was also really cool, like kind of remembering how much fun we had, because when you get like wrapped up in it, like it's easy to remember the bad times when like you end on a bad note, because naturally that's how the game is played. You know, everyone except for one person ends on a quote unquote bad note. So like watching it back, like I don't know, we were literally just a bunch of people playing a game, and like that's what's really cool about it. And that was like there were a lot of things that I like forgot about, and things that even didn't make the edit that like came to my brain like when I was watching it back, and I was like, oh man, like those were some good times. So I liked it more than I thought I would, honestly.
I was so nervous about watching it back because, as everyone I'm sure has seen, I'm a very emotional person. I texted Sam actually this week and I said, I really don't want to watch this last episode. I watched it and I cried like 4 times. So, but yes, I have been enjoying watching it back just because it was such happy memories and I got to meet all of these amazing people, and like I really hadn't I hadn't met any of them beforehand. So it was great kind of reliving those moments because it was so much fun.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I think it's great that we got the chat going now. I was really starting to wonder what was going on with that, but I love seeing some of the people type in the chat. That's great. Yeah, so I liked watching because I thought I kind of like peaked in the first episode when I solved the Tangram puzzle, and then it was kind of all downhill from there. So, that was a fun experience, just slowly like declining over time. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, I like seeing Zane's edit through the perspective of the audience as opposed to a player, because it was really something incredible to watch, and I was rooting for him at the end, and I was really upset they didn't pull it out. But Yeah, that's kind of what I got from the whole experience.
Yeah, no, so I haven't really watched a whole lot of it, but my roommates like to watch it. They're actually downstairs right now watching the live stream for this for no reason. So they've had a blast with that. So I've just heard their interpretation of it, and so they like it. So that's fun.
It's made me really nostalgic and sad. It makes you want to move back to Ohio. That's my main takeaway from it. But yeah, it was fun. It's interesting to see that I literally didn't play like half the time, and people just thought I was a quiet threat, but I just kind of did nothing. But I'm happy that I played and made a lot of friends. So
We appreciate your honesty, Noah. It's what we're really going
Noah.
for.
I was a busy man.
Yeah.
But I did play a little bit in the middle for sure.
No, we'll get to you playing later. We already have a question for you.
Yeah, we already have your question planned.
Can't wait.
It's gonna light you up a little bit. That's okay.
So our next thing, which again is for everybody, is what was your favorite moment of this entire season? It can be either like something that like made it to the edit, something that didn't happen that you wish everybody saw and that you desperately want to tell, just like favorite moment.
You know what, guys? I'll start us off here. My favorite moment was Haley's voting confessionals.
Was
Haley brought the sass, the fire, and her voting confessionals. Her Sam Smith voting confessional might be my all-time favorite Survivor Time and Change voting confessional, outside of May Gang in season 7. But that's my favorite moment.
Mine is a tie. Okay, one when Zane found his idol. That was such a fun one. Me and Cam were just so hyped for Zane at that moment, and it was just so happy. And then also, after the what's that? The rite of passage, the walkthrough. Mm-hmm. Okay. When at the end, this didn't make the edit, but I just was watching a video of this the other day when we took Zane with us at the end, his picture, and then at the end we did a little dance around him to show his greatness. So that was a funny one as well.
Popped into my brain, and I have to say it before I forget. I think my favorite moment was, again, with Zane's idol, when it was final 6, it was the Noah vote, and we knew like how it was gonna plan out. Like we knew he had an idol, and Zane's got like his swagger and everything, and he's playing it up, and Greg's like, all right, Zane, you're first up. And Zane like, does the dramatic stand up and like the collar push, and then he turns around and his idol is just hanging out of his mouth, like directly. And we just look at it and say, because like, no, I don't think Noah knew. And did you know that he had an idol in that vote?
No, and I didn't see it hanging out of his pocket either. I realized I missed a lot of things.
It's in the episode. You can see it.
Very subtly. It was classic.
That's funny.
I think I have a few different ones. I think a big one was Beer Olympics that season, because that was my first Beer Olympics of a few. So that was very fun. But also, this is like super specific, but after that stupid chair challenge, I don't remember if it was that tribal council or that challenge that was at the amphitheater, but me, Cam, and Aaron were all walking down the stairs and could not walk down the stairs because our legs were so freaking sore. That I vividly remember. We were all like,
that challenge was a rough one, and I remember I had to be at a sorority event, and you were like, this is going to be fast, like this will not take long, and then it took like 2 hours.
It's not production's fault that people couldn't climb some stairs.
It's like the challenge we had at Knowlton when you guys swapped and you guys somehow took 2.5 hours.
Oh yeah, the one where we were blindfolded and had to find the puzzle pieces. Wow, that one
my God,
so long. I think I had plans after that too, but it ended up ending at like 12:30 or something, so I had to cancel those.
Well, that now makes me think that my favorite moment would probably be when Zane is leading me and I'm falling off the bleachers and running into a wall and everyone's over here dying. I'm so sad that didn't make more of the storyline because I really wanted to see that since I was blindfolded and really couldn't see myself falling. So I was disappointed that didn't make the cut. I don't mean to sound conceited here, but I really liked my idol part because, I was very underestimated. I looked literally for 5 minutes, didn't have a clue, which I know Zandy argues I did. No, never saw it. And I found it. So I feel like that was a go Perko moment kind of a thing. So that was it.
Girl boss.
At least you didn't say girl gang.
All of the moments with Girl Game were my favorite as well. All of them.
I know I sent this to like some STC people, but there was, I think it was Noah's week when he got voted out. There's a video of Cam, Haley, and Aaron just at my apartment, like doing a dance saying girl gang.
The other thing, which I didn't like see when it happened, but I saw in the edit, was when you guys on the jury did your like quartet, like barbershop quartet outfit, and that gust of wind blows all your hats. And it's just like the camera just randomly pans to you guys and you're like, whoa. And Noah's hat just goes flying. That was
And you can hear Cam go, "Oh, Noah."
I forgot what the jury did for some of the weeks, and I just remember like I love the jury because they always did something new every week, and I forgot about the wrestling singlets. And in the episode, you just hear Lisa, who's like, "Oh no, they're canceled. Like I can't do this anymore."
Yeah, I like the jury outfits a lot, but if I had to pick a favorite moment, I would probably say it's a tie between the first conversation I had with Richard at KCOM when he was like 10 minutes late, and I could tell that was the beginning of a beautiful friendship. And then also that one night when we all looked for the idol at like 2:00 in the morning, because that really felt like Survivor to me, that was like legit. But then I was shocked. I'm still shocked that no one found it that night, and Richard ended up just finding it the next day. I was like sure that it was gone. We're all out there for hours, but yeah, those are probably my favorite moments.
After I found out what it looked like, we were literally looking in that area. Like I'm pretty sure we all looked at it and thought it was a Dorito bag, and then
no, yeah. I definitely looked like right there. Like when I saw where he found it, I was like, how did no one find that? Like we were all right there.
It didn't do any good. It's basically I didn't find it.
Richard, that was our question for you. Well, let's just get into it now. What happened?
My favorite moment from the season, by the way, is when I went home with my idol.
What happened, Mister? If Sam plays that advantage, I'm gonna put my idol.
What the hell was that shit? Okay, what was going through your mind during that? Please explain.
We want a mental play-by-play of from Sam pulls out advantage to your torch snapping.
Well, thought process. So I just had my teeth removed from my mouth a day before, so that wasn't as fun. And then I was on Vicodin at the time, so I was really having a good time. But in the end, it really just came down to me being an idiot. So there's nothing else I could say other than that. I don't know. Like, what do you want from me? Like, it happened.
Like, did you feel like it was gonna, like in your heart, were you like, oh, it's gonna be Zane, I'm okay?
In my heart of hearts, I'm pretty sure what I thought was about to happen was I wasn't gonna get voted out, obviously, or else I would have played it. And then I was gonna be like, man, I'm a big baller. I got my idol still, like, but that didn't work out. So,
do you think it was your ego?
I think it was the ego. I really think it was the ego, Zane. You're right.
Like, I'm saying up until that point, right? We had just gotten Tyler out. So you had just gotten like somebody who was playing the game pretty intellectually like smart, right? Or whatever you want to call it, okay? And then you go in there, you call Sam out for the advantage, right? What made you believe that Sam was going to use it on an easy target like me? I was an easy target the whole season.
Confident in any sense of the word through any of this. his ass came to shit high and sweaty, and I was like, I don't think he's gonna have like the mental capacity to figure this out. And he did. So props to him. Much love. He outsmarted me, so good on him.
Do you think if you had not called him out, hold on? Do you think if you had not called him out for his advantage, that he would have still played it and gotten you out?
I don't know, Emily. You think that he would have done that? Because I mean, I don't think so. But
I mean, I don't know. I feel like he probably felt cornered because you and Cam knew about it.
yeah.
But Zane, you would have gone home if he didn't play the idol, or if he played the idol. So like, I don't know why you have so many
Zane,
questions.
are you that
You're
mad
so
about
excited.
that?
Well, Richard was trying to get me to vote for Sam.
I was gonna say actually, I almost did end up playing the idol at like the last second, because when Tanner got up to vote, I looked at him and I was like, "Oh, vote Sam Smith," and he's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "I honestly don't know." So he didn't do that, but that would have been I don't know, fun.
Now, speaking of Richard's ego, and according to Zane, his whole being a intellect and strategic.
I didn't say that.
Zane did, you didn't. But so a couple votes before that, we see Richard go to Rocks, and that's like not even merge, like hasn't even made it to merge, doesn't particularly know if he's gonna make it through Rocks. What was your thought process of going to Rocks that early in the season, especially because you were like this strategic threat to everybody, and like some people might wonder, like, is it worth going to Rocks that early for somebody?
Fuck yeah, are you kidding me? That was fun. I mean, like, I don't think I could have more adrenaline pumping through me, so that was fun. And then I got to I don't know, make my nice fake idol with Zane and Aaron, so that was fun. And yeah, I don't know. Like honestly, it was more of a risk versus reward thing, where if it worked out, and it ended up working out, then I would be in a much better spot than if I were to just vote out like Aaron or Zane. So to me, it was worth the risk. It's not like I'm playing for $1 million. I was there to have fun, and I was there to entertain myself. So I just wanted to see if I could do it more than anything else. And it probably shouldn't have worked out, and it did. And I mean, Erin ended up winning the game, so it worked out for her pretty well. So I mean, I think it's more of her, I don't know, getting us to save her in a certain aspect. So I don't know.
I thank God for Megan.
Just FYI.
What'd you say?
Max said he loves you all, and he just popped into the chat. He just wanted to say hi.
Oh.
Hi, Max.
Hi, Max.
Richard, someone named Survivors United wants you to follow them back on Twitter.
Okay, no.
He broke his
No, I'm
heart.
just kidding. I'll do it.
You don't even want Richard to follow you. It's kind of an empty Twitter.
That's fine. He
It
doesn't
is
do
true,
anything.
but
All right, Richard, we're done roasting you for now.
And
appreciate
but
it.
Richard did bring up a perfect segue into our next question about Aaron winning the game. Aaron, you did win a college Survivor. So how do you think you would do an actual Survivor?
Not as well, probably. I'm so emotional. I really couldn't get past that. I couldn't get past like the emotional attaching the game to, you know, personal life. Like I just couldn't get past that. So I did win College Survivor, but I think this was a very unique season also, where we were all really good friends. And that probably helped a little bit. And I mean, I don't know. I think I could do well. I think I could have a good social game, and I think I could make it to the merge. I don't know about winning, but I think I could do okay. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think you're right.
Yeah,
I agree with
I
that.
think you would do well. I think you would do well. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys.
You might not probably don't cry on the island as much as this one.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, I think that they would be a lot more cutthroat as well. I don't know. Maybe. And so I think that I would just, you know, cry all the time. And so I don't know. But I think I can make the merge.
Getting that airtime though. That's all. Aaron, if you could pick anyone here to do well on Survivor, who would it be?
Oh my gosh, everyone. Gotta get it.
Typical.
I'm so sorry. Okay. Let me think. I just gotta give it to my girl gang. I think that Cam is a challenge beast and would, win a lot of challenges against those men. And so I think that would get her far. And also I think Haley is just a boss and amazing. And I think she is the perfect amount of like cutthroat and like nice. And so that she would make it far as well. So I think those two. Is that a cop-out answer? Because they were right behind me? I don't know.
I don't think it was a cop-out answer.
Okay, good.
Great job. But so I think we've talked about, this season in general was very friendly and everyone got along, I think, fairly well. I feel like there wasn't really any fights this season. So let's do a fun question. Is there anyone that you guys played with that you wish you'd gotten to play more with, or that you wish you'd gotten to know better? I mean, I think everyone off the season got to know each other better, but on the season, is there anyone you wish you were able to work with more?
Tyler Barta.
That was
Really?
fun.
Cam,
Uh,
easy.
I would say Megan and Zane, just because Zane and I should have coordinated so many times and it just did not happen.
I agree with Megan because actually, fun fact, Megan was roommates with a few girls in my sorority. So we kind of knew each other a little bit. So I think that we probably, had she made the merge, we probably would have, worked together a little bit. She would have for sure been in Girl Gang.
I feel like Megan had a lot of mutual friends among all of us.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Megan is great. Love Megan. And Morgan, of course.
Morgan would have been a part of Girl Gang too.
Yeah.
She would have tried to run it, but she would have been a part of it. We love Morgan. I'm like, Morgan's my friend. Like,
Shout out to Morgan passing her NCLEX and being an official RN. Yay. Shout out to her. And then I guess along with that question, is there anyone you guys wish had been like swapped out for anyone here with a pre-merge player? Like, is there someone you wish would have made jury that didn't?
Yeah.
Zane, can you elaborate for us?
Are you gonna say a name?
I don't want to be. I feel like, for example, with Sam and with Noah, I could never establish a relationship with them before the merge. And then once the merge happened, I knew it was gone. Like, I knew there was no chance of me establishing it. And I know with both of them, I could never gauge at like where they were at. Like, I didn't know who they were, like what their next move was going to be. And I feel like even with Tyler Barta, as much as he would have created more chaos, at least I could have, like, there's a chance I would have developed an alliance with him.
We could have worked together, Zane. We were close.
I think I tried with you and Sam.
We set up a meeting one time and then it got canceled. No,
Yeah.
that was the end of it. Sorry.
That was cut end scene. Boom. I mean, me and Sam met, and then I remember I met with Sam. I want to say the week Richard got voted out, and I thought like, oh, okay, like I'm going home for sure. And then when he pulled that move, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna talk to him.
Great answer.
Speaking of Sam, I'm just thinking about another good memory that didn't make the edit, and that was Mama's Alliance when we were all
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
You guys were like, I know that you're talking right now, but we cannot use any of what you're saying because we were all like, I think it's a great idea. And then Sam and I like left the bar and we got waffles from some vendor on High Street. And then we were like, let's go look for the idol. So we went to the Oval and like looked at the ground for like 2 minutes and we're like, this shit's hard. And then we just walked home. Like that whole night was.
Who was in Mama's Alliance? I can't even remember now.
Was it you, Cam, and Sam?
Was it all the girls and Sam, or was it? It was.
I wasn't there, so I don't know.
I was there, but I wasn't there.
I think you.
Yeah.
Implied.
I remember sitting because whoever it was, I was sitting right next to them at the table when they were trying to film themselves. I was like, guys, first of all, one of you's underage. Second of all, we can't hear a word you're saying. So like, stop. Do not film this.
So R.I.P. mamas.
Oh,
Wait, didn't Sam look for the idol that night? Like after?
Cam already said that, babe. Cam already said that.
Oh fuck. Okay.
This is also typical. Typical.
Hey,
Well, guys, I think it's no secret that if I could put anyone from pre-merge on the jury, it'd be Zandy. And speaking of Zandy Goss, who I am obsessed with, Tanner, we have a question for you. Obviously, when you got booted, you had a little friend say, "Bye." That was Cam. Do you think you and Zandy scheming against her in the pre-merge kind of led to your own demise? Because I think that little seed of doubt that was placed kind of came back to haunt you a little bit. Talk about that experience. Do you regret having those conversations with Zandy or telling Cam about them or anything like that? Do you think it affected anything at all?
Yeah, yeah, I think it affected a lot actually. I definitely regret having the conversations. I don't regret telling Kim about it when I did, because I think it would have been worse if I didn't. But because Andy told her like 5 minutes after I did. But yeah, I definitely should not have had those conversations if I wasn't gonna follow through with it. And I think that definitely sealed my fate. Pretty well, not yeah, it was pretty early on, I guess. I'll just say maybe I got a few lucky breaks before the merge, but yeah, I think that was always sort of gonna come back to bite me in the ass. There wasn't really any coming back from that. Yeah, I mean, again, well, I was trying to make an alliance with me, Zandy, Richard, Tyler, Barda, and Noah. That would have been like the antithesis. Yeah, it was literally everyone who was voted out, like the next 5 votes. So I mean, if that had worked out, that would have been like the complete opposite, like bizarro season that never was. But whatever. That, I guess that just wasn't meant to be, and that wasn't the narrative that was meant to happen. But yeah, I mean, I guess it was fun just having the conversations until, you know, they eventually ruined my game. So yeah, sure. Good in theory, bad in execution, I would say, but no regrets. No, actually, yeah, no, I do regret. I'll say no regrets.
Cam, would you say that like had any role in your flipping on him?
Yeah, I don't think it's any like surprise. I feel like that event sort of paved the way for post merge. It was going to be Tanner or me. Like I think we played similar sort of competitive games where it was like one of us was going to have to get the other. And that was the first time that kind of came to fruition. So, I mean, whether that specific event did it or not, like it could have happened a different way, whether it's like the reverse of it or whatever. But I would say, yeah, that was definitely something where I was like, man, can't trust no one on these streets. And it was like, it worked both ways for like Tanner and Zandy, where I was like, I valued that they came to me and told me about it anyways. But that was kind of when I realized like, oh shit, man, we're actually playing a game. Like, we can't just all like ride this out forever, you know?
So speaking of, you know, a move Tanner probably regretted later on, does anybody else have anything they regretted since watching it and maybe you looked at it and you're like, maybe I should have done that and I would have done better in the game?
Not playing I should not have played my idol on thing. I mean, I love you, Haley, but you really fucked me over with that. I'm not going to lie. And so, like, I really regret that full execution. I knew I shouldn't have told you, or like if I was going to tell you yes, I should have done the opposite. And I was thinking that the whole time, but I didn't execute that very well.
Yeah, but the moment you told Girl Gang, you defeated the whole purpose of the move.
I know, because I thought
if you were gonna play it for me, you shouldn't have told anyone you were gonna play it for me. You should have like played it off as like, I'm gonna vote Zane out. It's done. Let's move on to the next one.
Why do you think this is a regret?
I'm just saying.
I didn't ask for your feedback on what I should have done differently. When I just said I should have done things differently. But thank you. You should have been more open-minded to working with me, but that's it. That's all I have to say.
Zane's got plenty of regrets. Zane was texting me the whole season about what he should have done and didn't do. So Zane,
But
let's hear it.
if I had watched one season of Survivor, or like to watch the YouTube, the problem was my ignorance of the game helped me play the game. And if I had actually had watched Survivor and understood how people played, I felt like I would have probably overthinked way too much and would have just gotten myself out even earlier. Like that's what I firmly believe.
And Zane, I think you bring up towards the end, especially in like your speech, how, you know, you didn't really have any knowledge of Survivor coming into this, and you were also a constant target from the beginning. So, you know, how did you make it through all of these eliminations, you know, not really knowing what's going on? And also, people wanted you out very early, and your name is kind of always out there as an option.
So the first few weeks, I wanted to be voted out, like because of my medical crisis. I'm not gonna get into like detail, but like when I came back, what?
On the show, you already got into the details.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, did I? Did I? I don't even remember if I talked
it's
about
in
it
your
in the game.
speech.
So after I came back from the hospital, I was like, you know what? It's time. Let me just get voted out. Let me just act the biggest asshole piece of shit I can, and I'll get voted out. And then no one did it. Like no one. I thought when Richard gave me the 2 fake idols, I was gonna get voted out. Like we went to rocks. Didn't happen. Then next week, Tyler, for some odd reason, could have gotten me out pretty easily. I felt like Richard and Aaron, if he had asked them like just vote for Zane and we can finish it, they would have probably been okay with it, and it just didn't happen. And so after I made a post merge, and I was like, okay, what do I do now? Then Tanner goes out. Then Richard goes out. I mean, Richard goes out the previous week. So all my allies who carried me to that point are gone. And that's where I think I felt like I ran into a wall where I was like, I don't know what to do. And then I found like the idol clue by luck. And once I found the idol, I told them that's probably a regret I have, telling pretty much everybody I found it. But I'm not sure if they talked about it in the episode. But when Greg sent out a message in the Survivor Slack, like, hey, the idol has been stolen or whatever, and so we've replaced it and go back. Once that happened, pretty much I couldn't lie to Cam. I couldn't lie to Aaron and say I didn't find it when I went back out that night, because they would have, like, it would be pretty obvious, like the tree that it was in and all that. So I guess my regret was telling Haley so quickly, and then not developing a relationship with Emily to try to get me final 2. But here's the thing: if I play it or if I work with Emily, who's to say that she doesn't vote me out at 4 or doesn't take me at 3? She's probably not going to do that. Like there was no one after I made it past, let's say Tanner. There was no one who was going to take me to final 2. No one.
Listen, but after I got screwed over by Haley, I would have been open to work with you. Just saying. That's the key. But I did want you out several times, though. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, yeah.
A few things. A, Zane, I knew about your idol because Cam and Aaron told me. You weren't the first one to tell me. I bet knew. 2, Emily, you wouldn't have worked with Zane because Zane would have went home. Cam still wouldn't have went home because she wouldn't have had the votes. So that would have never happened. But also, can we all laugh at me, the image of me, Emily, and Zane doing the final 3 challenge?
Oh my God.
We would have been there for days, babe. Days.
I will say, I was just watching, I was texting Zach during this, but there were a couple things on the finale. I was like, why were these in there? Like Cam and Aaron deciding we're just going to push down on the wood and throw these bases. I think one of you almost hit yourselves in the head too. So like, I wish that was in the edit. I think it was Aaron almost like killed herself doing that. And then during the challenge, I vividly remember you guys could not get the fact that it was like guaranteed final 2. Like you couldn't figure out the word guaranteed. So we kept having little meetings where we were like, Craig, you got to say it again so they can like think about it. And maybe if you just repeat it enough, they'll realize that's what the phrase is. And so, yeah, I don't like any other combination of people. I would just probably laugh at
I
trying to figure that out too.
You're also expecting this from the 3 people who read ellipse as eclipse.
Yeah.
So
No, I read it as ellipse. Then I said I have to Google this or ask Noah what it means. So I read it right, but I didn't know what it meant.
Aaron and I read it wrong. That is.
I think the edit, the puzzle pieces were blowing all over the amphitheater, and it was horrible.
I still can't spell guaranteed, so don't even ask me. I still don't know how to spell it. So
half of Erin's lead was wiped away by the wind blowing her pieces out.
That was.
Did I have a lead? I can't even remember now.
You had like a couple minutes on the Camden and Haley, but like you pulled your puzzle pieces out and they all just went.
Oh my gosh! Yes, I forgot about that.
That was funny. I love production issues. Also, yeah, for people who were wondering about Zane's idol, we had one hidden in a tree, and we try and check up on them like every couple days to make sure they're still there. Cam and Zane sent Greg Lawrenson a picture of the tree where the idol was hidden and said, "Yo, there's nothing here." And
like,
then
this has got to be it.
Production meeting where we had to rehide the idol and say, "It's back." So it was kind of obvious to contestants that it was where it was. And, you know, sometimes when you're producing a show on a college campus, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. Also not the first STC idol go missing, but probably won't be the last either.
We got a big campus. People like to pick weird things up.
I just need to ask who leaked the information in the group chat that that Zane won Survivor All Stars because they figured it out on YouTube. So I just someone's got to come forward and say like who did that, please. Thanks. If it's no one here, that's fine. But you know,
Zane wins All Stars. Oh my gosh.
Let's be honest. Zane could win All Stars, but would he? No. Simply.
I would root for Zane.
We all know that Zandy would win All Stars, and I think that's on period.
We all know Zach would rig it so that Zandy wins All Stars.
Yeah.
And what about it? And I would. And I'm at peace with that. No, we all know I'd rig it for Haley.
That's facts, especially because we would have been closer by then. Yeah, you would have.
Yeah, I know. That was a good time. Okay, moving on to our next question. Guys, let's just get into it. When you guys first, let's take it back to day one. It's hot. It rains on us. Haley can't solve a puzzle.
Aaron had a great day one.
Having a great day one. What did you guys think? Who did you guys think was going to win? Like looking at that group of strangers and you're like, I don't know anything about you fucking people, but I need to pick someone who's a threat and who I think is going to win. Who did you guys think was going to win?
Richard.
I'm also for Richard.
I thought Richard, but then I thought Tyler Barta was going to be like the sort of like spoiler. I don't know, and then it ended up being sort of like the other way around. But yeah, I was sussing Richard pretty quick. You know, I guess for good reason.
Morgan, I don't know. That's why I wanted her out.
I was pretty.
First it was a blur to me.
Yeah, I just remember like only the Puai people. That was kind of only my focus because that's who I was voting out. So to me, like Toto didn't matter, especially because I didn't even know their name for a little bit.
Megan Dank says Zane.
Maybe Tyler Barta.
Actually, you know who I thought? I honestly thought Morgan the first day. I remember I was talking to her a lot the first day. I had actually gotten the call literally 12 hours prior to that I was gonna play.
I think, yeah, it was really funny how Erin ended up playing because we had a girl who the day before, it was someone I knew and she told me, hey, I have a job thing. I don't know if I can come tomorrow. And I was like, okay, well, let me know by this time tomorrow. And I'll try to figure something out just in case. We had one last girl alternate. So I tried texting her. She didn't respond to me until after kickoff. So missed her chance. But as a backup, in case, because she wasn't responding to me, I texted Erin, who I knew from the summer, and I said, hey, Erin, just in case, would you want to play? She goes, oh yeah, probably, like, ask me tomorrow. We get to, I think it's like 10 a.m. the next day, which is when I told this girl she had to answer. She said, no, I have to do this work thing. I can't play. I call Erin at 10 a.m. Erin's hungover. I was like, hey, you want to play Survivor? And she's like, yeah, I'll be there.
I threw up in the bathroom at Panera after the first challenge. When we were
I
all
didn't know that.
oh my gosh, we all went to go get lunch together, and I was like, I'll be right back. And I left and threw up in the bathroom at Panera. Yeah, that was my first day. It was fabulous.
That's some winning spirit there.
I know.
Really just jumped in and then went.
Sam, who was your winner pick? Do you remember?
Ooh. I feel like I had Cam up there. I'm trying to think who else.
My final two prediction was Richard and Morgan. Womp womp. Womp.
I think I had Richard high, but I knew he would never make it through like the middle of the merge when they're like strategic people gotta go.
I didn't even make it that far.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think whenever I watched like their first confessionals, I probably had Cam.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, this one's a fun one. Guys, we're doing some reflecting. How do you feel like you did in the game compared to what you thought you were going to do? Like, did you do better? Did you do worse? Did you think you were going to be first out? Did you think you were going to win? What did everyone think?
I don't know how my day one went. I thought I was done. Like, I thought it was over for me. I thought, like, I am a person that, like, chokes, like, under pressure, clearly. Wow, no surprise. So, yeah, I thought what was going to happen was going to happen, and it did.
And then you got third.
Yeah, that was pretty surprising.
Everyone was happy though.
I thought you were going to say everyone was surprised, and I almost stopped being your friend.
No, everyone was
I genuinely thought you were about to say that, and I was like, I'll stop being your friend right now. I swear to God.
Aww.
Tim could have stayed. Just kidding. Haley, you were like the closest person I was with in the whole game, so I don't know why I would even try to make that claim.
I like that Noah just dragged Kim for no reason.
No.
No, I'm not trying to drag. I said I wish Kim and Haley both could have stayed. That would have been fun.
Well, you had some power there.
You guys could have voted
Yeah.
off literally anybody else, but you chose
It's honestly Noah's
This
fault.
is true. It's not my fault. I was by far not the leader of who I by any means. Blame it on Tyler.
Noah, that actually was our question for you. Noah, there was a lot of people in the comment section saying, where's Noah? Why is there no Noah footage? Noah's kind of funny. Where's Noah? Let me tell you where Noah was. Noah was at Juice 2, not recording any footage and deciding that he was going to do whatever he said. Why were you playing like that, Noah? Where was the game? Where was the thinking? Where was the gameplay? Where was the action? Where were the confessionals? We need to know.
I was a lot different of a person back then. I don't know. I mean, even throughout the rest of the college, I worked a lot and studied a lot, and look where it got me. I don't know. I felt like I was just didn't want to play too hard, and also I was kind of scared to talk to so many people. But I think if I played now, I might have been better. I think Connor was more social in his season, so I'll compare myself to Connor.
Spoilers.
Noah.
It's okay. I'm pretty sure if you watch any of the finale, Greg says at least 4 times that he's on a certain season. So
Oh yeah,
that cat's out of the bag.
I was thinking that today. Anyone else have any preconceived notions about themselves that did or did not come true?
I mean, I ranked myself pretty low. And I think I could have done better had I not been such a ride or die towards Sam. That kind of screwed me over, and several people pointed that out. And I realized that that screwed me over. But I guess, you know, I had someone that was willing to protect me. So in my defense, like, I didn't want to lose that. I figure if he's willing to go to Rocks, like that same shot.
I was
did
wanting
not
to go to
think.
Rocks because of you too. Just
What?
not the right way. I said I was
Well,
wanting to go to Rocks because of you.
But you wrote my name down. You wrote my name down, so you were the reason I was.
Yeah, I know, but like you know.
But R.I.P.
You know what, Emily?
I think I was gonna win.
Speaking of Emily and Sam, Emily, how did you guys even become close? Like, I honestly don't even know. It's
I
just
remember like him going to Rocks for you. It was like, but when did this start?
So Sam and I met like the first week because I was trying to kind of meet with everyone and just get a feel. And we met at Panera, and I just really thought he was really funny. And I was like, wow, I can really work with this guy. Like, he just makes me laugh. Like, this is great. And then magically it just kind of stuck. Now we're still friends. So I don't, aside from that meeting, like, I don't know how we got so close, but you know, here we are. Now we act like a married couple. That's why I don't.
You guys are my parents, figuratively.
I know, and that's why I'm like, why are you saying you're so close to Haley and you had no one else? Like, come on now, Noah. But it's fine.
his parents did try and vote him out. What was that about, Emily?
That's true.
It was either Sam or Noah, and I'm sorry. When you put me in that corner, like, I love you, Noah, but I can't write down the name of the person that went to Ross.
So
I wasn't informed. If I would have been informed, maybe I would have swayed things. I would not have played my idol for him, just saying, but that was always gonna be for me.
Write it down that Emily would always pick her husband over her children. Write that down.
Write it down that Haley can convince me to hate my mom any day.
I know. When you were talking Tia, I was like, wow, Noah. Rough stuff.
I realized I had power until I watched professionals.
Mary Jo's watching this live stream and she just got pissed. Oh. Well, you know what? Speaking of close relationships, Haley girl, so you and Noah were close, and Emily said that you guys were really close. And then you went with Cam and Aaron. So talk about why Cam and Aaron over like Noah and Emily. What was kind of your thoughts about that, and like how it played into the way that you played in the end?
Well, Noah, pretty easy. He was a man, but also like I genuinely did not know where Noah stood until I watched the freaking season. You could not read that man, because I was like, are you genuinely just my puppet, or are there wheels turning up here and you're your own mastermind and I'm the puppet and I don't know it? So that was why Noah. But I think for Emily, why I guess chose Cam and Aaron over Emily was, at that point, Emily had no other options but me and maybe Zane, but she still needed somebody else other than Zane. And Cam and Aaron more so chose to work with me, especially in I feel like after the Tanner vote, it was clear that me, Cam, and Aaron were working towards the same goal, whereas I don't know if necessarily. Yeah, but also I don't regret it. I don't care.
We know.
Yeah, I'm content.
And if you had won the last challenge, who would you have taken to the end?
I don't know. Part of me has said that or I guess thought that it would have been fun to take Cam and have it be David versus Goliath, challenge beast, fuck up the first puzzle situation. But also I could have seen myself being no, let's choose the safe choice of Aaron, but it's clear that Aaron still would have won because I would have been a bitch and would have torn her to pieces, and she would have been and my least favorite thing about Haley is that she just made me cry right now. So yeah, which I still think Aaron would have won anyway. So
let's be honest, Aaron would have said, even though Haley just called me a bitch and threw me on the train tracks, I still think she's amazing, and I could never say a bad thing about her.
Yeah, literally. Also, to the comment that says, why didn't, when we were both on the bottom, me and Zane, because honey, I didn't think I was on the bottom. I was on the top, love. Me, Cam, and Aaron were on the same level, and Zane was underneath us, and that's on period, which is why I was shook when I got voted out.
Whoa.
We're besties.
Okay, okay, okay. It may be true. We
I didn't mean that in an
gonna say
offensive
it
way.
like that.
I didn't mean it in an offensive way. I just meant that like I think that at that like in my head what was going on was that me, Cam, and Aaron were the same closeness to each other outside of the game, which I think was true. I don't think that any of us were closer to each other outside of the game, but obviously they were closer in the game and I didn't realize that. And Zane, I think that we were still close to you outside the game as well. I didn't mean it in an offensive
No,
way.
I thought it was funny though how during the game I point out that you and Cam like walked back together, and I'm trying to prove to like Aaron, I'm like, yo, they walk back together. They're like they're best friends. They're best friends. Like why would they walk back together? And she she like goes, oh, that would be such a big move if you got Cam out, but I don't think we should do it right now. And I was like, yeah, we probably shouldn't. Like I just gave up so easily when like had I done that move, I have no idea how things would have turned out. But yeah. Sorry.
It really broke my heart when I found out that Girl Gang was really only 3 people and not the 4th member, especially because it went on longer than I had anticipated or really knew about. So I don't remember, what did you guys call yourself, like the hoe something? I don't remember what you guys had a name for the 3, but like I don't remember what it was, and it really like I was like, oh wow, I didn't know this alliance had a name to it. This is tragic. The Girl Gang was just a cover here.
Girl Gang was not originally a cover. I think what it was like, and you said it yourself, like you were very close with Sam, but also your reasoning as to why you were close with Sam makes literally so much sense. Like I don't blame you. I probably would have done the same thing had I been in your shoes.
I think it literally just came down to like your Sam was our each other. You know what I mean? So like we were all in for all 4 of us, but like when it came down to it, it was like you chose Sam. That's entirely your decision. And I think it was like, I mean, obviously he was the closest person to you in the game. So it like makes sense. Like it's just like that's what it came down to was like our Sam was each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I honestly, because, well, I know you were saying like you didn't realize me and Cam were closer in the game. I had no idea who I was going to pick until like the day before or something. Like, I feel like we were all like equally as close in the game, but then I was just like thinking about it and like, yeah, I was just like, oh, well, if I'm going to go in and be like, I was this loyal person, I couldn't not take Cam. But that was the only reason.
Also, Cam, I remember you being so hush about who you were working with. Like you would never really tell who you were working with. So it was a hard time for me to figure out where your loyalty was. So I know that kind of like made it difficult for me. More so like towards the beginning of the merge and like we were on the same tribes earlier on. But, like I always remembered you being so hush about who you were working with. And I was like, girl, just give me something.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that. I was never the type of person who was gonna go out and be upfront and try to like blatantly lie about things or hide things. That was just kind of how I was in meetings in general. That's interesting though. I didn't know that you felt that way. I genuinely didn't mean to be like this big secret. I will say in the beginning of the merge there was the whole like I don't think it made the edit, but Aaron and I were kind of starting to get sus of Richard. And then there was the whole thing where it's like Tanner and I were about to start gunning for each other. So it's like, from our perspective, Aaron and I were like, well, depending on how this vote goes, like we could be in the majority with Old Itoto, or we could abandon ship and go to Girl Gang. So I feel like in the beginning of the merge, I really was trying to wait and see how that first vote played out before I like really solidified who I was going to continue with. But I mean, after that, yeah, there's not really an excuse for that.
We love you, Emily.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not offended.
Ever.
I made my grave and I laid in it. It's fine.
Look, okay, I like respect your move though. Like genuinely, I know it like backfired and that is what it is, but like it was smart and it was bold and that's a way to go out. You know what I mean? Like
I know. And I know I would have gone home 4th place anyway. So it's like, it was either 4 or 5 at that point. It really didn't change that much.
We appreciate your bold move, Emily.
Yeah.
Also,
I try.
like Zane said in the episode, he regrets not going along with it anyway. You know what I mean? So it doesn't hurt to
know.
try something, and it didn't work out. But in the universe where it does work out, it may win you a game. So no shame in trying and playing your heart out, which I think you did. So
I tried.
and we love it more than Noah can say.
Noah's just here stone face.
I think someone said that in the chat. He's just sitting back and nodding.
What is new?
It's
You guys
Noah.
know me.
Noah. Like, this is very expected. And I'm happy.
Everyone thought that was just Noah's edit, but it's just Noah.
Just me.
You guys thought he's more talkative in person? No.
Noah's like, you guys were attacking my strategy, but it's really just my personality. You were attacking me as a person the whole time.
I need a good old gold for loco. I'll be more talkative.
Oh my gosh.
I definitely saw comments where people were like, Noah might be secretly running things. It's going to come out in the next few episodes. And I was like, are we watching the same thing right now?
It's just people giving men the benefit of the doubt once again.
I just remember Noah's question to me, and the final tribal was the nicest question ever. And it was just so Noah. And I was like, wow, I really appreciated that.
Bruh, what was it? I forget how this got brought up, but I feel like it was just unprompted. You came up to me and you were like, yeah, I just liked Aaron's personality better than yours. I said, wow.
Yeah. Cam, I'm not going to lie. I had a lot of hate towards you for some reason. I'm going to blame. I think the group think from the merge people is the reason why I hated you so much. I honestly didn't that much until Tanner and Richard started talking about you all the time.
It wasn't me. It was just Tanner.
So,
Just Tanner.
Y'all
I didn't say anything.
names out your damn mouths, and we all
All right. I actually remember after the final tribal, it was like you, me, were in Sam Smith's house or something, and you straight up just asked me, why don't you like me as much as Aaron? And you're holding I'm pretty sure a Four Loko. It was the funniest memory I have from the night after final tribal.
So Cam, other than I guess,
You're good. Go Sam.
No, Aaron unmuted.
Oh, I just said that's amazing. The Four Loko.
Cam, you're the only one we still have a question to ask. So I guess other than not winning Noah over with your personality, which personally I love, so I don't know who the heck Noah met. You were only one vote shy of winning. So would you change anything in order to secure that? Maybe impressing Noah, I guess?
It's hard. I mean, because obviously when you lose in final tribal council, your biggest regret, has to be jury management at that point. And I would say as far as my performance in final tribal council, I could have been more aggressive in defending myself. There are times where I'm like, come on, girl, stick up for yourself. But I think that's just the relationship that Aaron and I had was watching it back, I was we had so much respect for each other to the point where we were no, let's just have fun together one last time. So if there's anything I was going to do differently, it was that. I will say, however, that I do feel I was told after the fact that I don't know how valid this is, that basically between in the few hours between the last tribal and the final tribal council, the jury got together and was just basically shitting on me and we're all going to vote for Aaron. So y'all went in there with your minds made up, and if that's how you want to vote, that's how you want to vote. I don't entirely agree with it, but I mean, obviously, if that's how you want to play, that is what it is. But I think it does a little bit of a disservice to the process, and I'm not saying that Erin's not a great winner, because she is. But I just think that to a point, there's not much I could have done when y'all went in there with your minds made up before I even opened my mouth. And I will say that I think you went in undecided. Sam.
No, I thought I was going to vote for Aaron to win.
T.
No, it was the way that you answered my question. That is.
I was gonna vote Aaron going in, and then during tribal, I changed my mind because of how many times I came up as a reference of oh, I was loyal to Zane, or I was loyal to Zane. I was like, no, fam, no.
I was gonna say Zane, because I was always at the voting booth. Zane walked in said whatever he said about like changing something up and then voted Cam, and we were like, but what did that mean?
Yeah, I guess why? What did I do that upset everyone to the point where you were like, yeah, collectively 7 people, fucker.
That breaks my heart. Cam's the nicest.
I never even heard about this happening
personally, but I will say, if you like, the one thing that honestly won Erin the game was when she didn't vote for Tanner, because at that point Tanner came out and was like extra super bitter towards you because he thought that you were the one person that voted him out.
I was.
And so, and even after he found out, he had already thought in his mind that you were the reason that he went home for like weeks. So it was hard for like, I don't know, to flip the switch and to think something else when like you already had a preconceived notion in your mind that that's what it was. So I think that at least on his his point, I could see where he's coming from on like being somewhat bitter.
Yeah, that was kind of, well, I was also kind of, I was a little confused after the fact. Like, I don't know if that were me, I don't think I would have let Erin just get away with that. Like if I were Girl Gang, because she basically like, I mean, the way I looked at it was Erin basically got away with like saving a jury vote when she probably shouldn't have, because she knew I was going home and she didn't tell me, and so I was pretty impressed by that when like I found out about it after the fact.
And that partially is what I was trying to do, but I also felt guilty. I knew that like if he went to the jury, I was like, he can't be mad at me if I don't like vote for him. But then I was like, oh, I wouldn't have done it anyway because I just felt.
I feel the complete opposite, because when it was happening, and I still feel this way to this day, if Erin knew I was going home, like if basically Tanner, if I was in your shoes in that vote, if Erin knew I was going home, was literally there for all the discussion of how we were going to vote you out, and then said, I feel too bad, I don't want to vote him out, I literally would have been like, yeah, well, I don't respect you if you're not going to write my own name down. Like, you're okay with me going home, but you won't do it yourself. So that's why I didn't think it was Erin saving her jury vote. To me, it was Erin losing a jury vote. But that's just the way that like I play. Like, so like I see your side too. It's just how it was going in my brain.
Well, it's like Richard was saying. Like, if I knew like beforehand that she knew that I was going home, and then that happened, I probably been like, okay, like what was the point of that? Like that was I didn't know that she had voted for me until like a while after I had like already gone home, and so I was kind of like pretty bitter for a minute.
But at the final tribal council, you knew. Like that.
I did, yeah. But it festered for a while. That's what I'm saying now.
So then to Richard, then the thing that pissed me off was when you went to cast your vote and you were like, up until an hour ago, I didn't think I'd vote for you, but here I am. When you knew the whole time that you were voting Erin.
That's true though, because literally I honestly wanted to vote for you up until the end. When Erin won final tribal count, or like the final thing, and took you, to me that pushed her over the edge. Like, I had worked with both of you guys. I thought you played a very similar game to one another, where I like in the end, I just thought that like her winning and taking you was kind of a power like move in the end, because she was so confident that she was still able to bring along her like closest ally throughout the entire game, and at least thought that she could win. Or I don't know if you thought you could win or not, but that's, for me at least, what got my vote. So yeah, I was made up before final tribal council probably, but her winning and then taking you, as compared to like taking Haley, who I thought, at least to me, was the easier person to beat, was probably what won me over at least.
So Richard would have voted for Wu and Kagion over Tony with that logic.
Slightly, but I think that's
Smack Cam.
I don't know. Cam won immunities, but so did Erin. Like, they both were the ones that formed their alliance. They worked together. Like, I don't know. To me, there was just not.
I'm just giving you a hard time, Richard.
Oh, I know. You already given me a hard time about it for a while, but I don't know. I mean, that's just the criteria that I came up. Like, there's not really one way or the other that I could say, I don't know, swayed me beyond honestly that. Because I mean, I watched you guys all the way through. I was like the least removed person, so I felt like I was able to. And you, like, it wasn't like one of you voted me out. You both had no idea was going home. So it wasn't like I was bitter or anything. I just voted off of what was going on, at least to me.
Emily, I was kind of surprised by your vote because I didn't realize, I think now, like now I am, like back then I wasn't, but I didn't realize how much you like wanted Cam out like for a while. So why did you end up like voting against her even though you thought she was the biggest threat?
So I didn't vote for Cam just because I felt like it didn't fit my whole argument for my season. Like for my gameplay, I just feel like it didn't fit to vote Cam. I have nothing against Cam, love Cam, but I feel like for me, one, I worked more with Aaron than I did with Cam, and two, like I said, I didn't want Aaron out. I wanted Cam out, so I just felt like for me personally, that was the way I went. Don't hate me.
See, but that's another thing where I'm like, I think the opposite. Because if you tried to get her got and then you got at the same time, she beat you. So I would have had that, but that's like I said, that's just how my brain thinks.
But I mean, at the same time, they both beat me at that point. So, you know.
True. That's a good point too.
Zane wasn't getting my vote. And no offense, Haley, but after you screwed me over, you were not getting my vote either. I think you knew that, but
like I said, if I would have went to final tribal with I think Cam or Aaron, or Zane, I don't think I would have won. And Emily, I think that I would have had to work really hard to win against you, but you would have had the Cam move. So like I still don't think I would have won. I think that there were too many preconceived notions about me that I was never gonna win.
Why wouldn't I have gotten your vote, Emily?
Why would I have not?
Why would you have not voted for me in final tribal?
Because you got carried along too many times. There were so many weeks that you could have gotten voted out, but someone was fighting for you and just kept saying, no, we'll vote for him later. He's an easy vote. We'll save that for later. And it's just like, how many times can this man get carried through this game? Like, come on. And then, I play my idol for you and I save you and it's dumb, but still.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You're not going to give someone credit for that?
Zane, here's the thing, is I don't know if me or Emily, I think I might have been able to been convinced to vote for you, but if, for example, if you're in the final tribal with me or Emily, you would have won. Because Aaron, Cam, Richard, and Tanner would have voted for you.
That's also
very 100% facts. You
So
would have won.
Zane?
Wait, against who?
I think whether it was me.
I was gonna vote for you, Haley. I told you.
Yeah, that was totally gonna happen. He was never gonna vote for Zane.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I respect Zane's game at all. I didn't.
He was so mad.
I was pretty mad at everything that Zane was doing the entire time in the game. Like the whole like.
I was gonna say
know.
honestly, if Zane makes it to the end, I'm pretty sure the only vote he gets is me.
No,
it's still a vote.
Richard kept saying the whole season. He said, "Yo, Zane's gonna do it this week. Zane's gonna do it this week." I kept saying, "Bro, no, he's not." And then he kept not doing it, and then he got
doing what? Doing what?
Winning immunity.
Yeah, winning immunity, making a move, like doing anything. Like you were just like chilling out. You just like didn't really do much with that idol you had. Emily played an idol for you. Nothing really came of that. It was kind of just disappointment after disappointment, Zane.
Yeah, I mean, in the end,
I really
people made it to the end.
Zane, I wanted you to do well, bud. Like I really did, but it just wasn't happening. I was getting frustrated with it. But I do appreciate the way you played the game, though. I respect it. It was different.
You were Itoto's puppet, literally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Richard was an integral piece of the puzzle.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I had no clue what I was doing. No one is just gonna disagree that I had no clue.
To our auto tunes, this dude was everything and more.
Zane, you played a great game. You were amazing.
I mean, I love you now, Zane, but you were Itoto's puppet at the time. I'm sorry.
He actually had like some really great, like I will say, he was like a very strategic thinker. Like he came to me early, you were. He came to me and like wanted to get Cam out. He like recognized that, and obviously I wasn't going to do that, but he definitely was a strategic thinker.
But the fake idols was a big puppet move, though.
Yeah, guess who sold that, though? Guess who sold the fake idols?
I understand.
Y'all believe me. If I don't put on my Denzel Washington during that tribal, nobody believes that. I sold that.
Listen,
you guys, the video of you Tyler Barta, Sam, and Jordan all freaking out, going like, "Oh my God, he's got 2 idols." A kid who was in the hospital, didn't know how to play the game, somehow convinced 4 other people that he had found not 1 idol but 2. That's like I wasn't the most like strategic player. No one is ever gonna say that. But in terms of selling the lie, I think I was pretty darn good at that.
No, you were great.
But
You convinced everybody.
They did a great job with that speech. I couldn't believe that anyone believed that he found those idols until I saw the speech, and I said, Zane really, he sold that.
Yeah, you
Zane,
remember.
you get credit for that, Zane. You do.
I remember when we did the merge recap, we were talking about how, like, even in the merge episode, people were still like, but Zane has these 2 idols. Like, what if he pulls them both out? And we're like, you guys believe this stuff for that long?
I didn't get to see them that long. And Richard and Aaron had both hyped up when we got switched and did the blindfold one that, Zane, you got to watch out for him. He's crazy. Every tribal with him is crazy. So, like, then having that, I was like, oh God, like this follows the notion that I've been told. And also I was dumb and thought that there were 3 idols. So like in my defense, your story made sense. I thought that since we, I think, had 3 clues at that point, I figured that there were 3 idols and not that there were 2 idols, but 3 clues. So that's kind of like where I was in that thought process as well. I know it was dumb looking at the idols. Wow, I was an idiot, but I didn't get to see them that closely.
Oh.
And you never let me see them again. So, I didn't have much to go off of.
I didn't bring them to next week to Tyler's tribal council. I didn't bring them.
They were
I had my hands in. I didn't have my hands in my pocket. I had my hands in my pocket, and you guys had thought I had actually brought it. And Richard, during that tribal, is like hitting himself in the head because I say, yeah, I didn't bring it tonight or something like that. And that was like another stupid move. And guess what? I still didn't get voted out.
Shout out to Haley for using production as strategy and looking at our tribal council photos to zoom in and look at the idols and say, that ain't real.
I still thought one of them was real because they had the paper with it.
I do remember getting a text message saying, like, don't look at production's photos or don't talk about them and share them to other people.
Yeah, no, there's literally a whole confessional where I'm literally holding my phone up to my computer, like zooming in, like, look at this shit. But also, like, being on the e-board for 2 seasons, fuck yeah, we would have made some fucking idols out of Play-Doh. What do you mean? Like that is totally something that would have happened. But I mean, I think the obvious reason why I thought Zane's idols were real was because I wasn't there. People told me they were real. I said, okay.
Haley and I were in the same boat, like the whole thing.
We were like, we weren't there. You could have told us Zane pulled out 5 idols, and I would have had like, what other choice do I have other than to believe you? Or look at production.
Production, we were very fair, guys. I think we tried very fair.
Speaking of production things, we had a couple twists throughout the game. There was a tribe swap. There was another one when you thought you were merging and we had a different tribe swap. I can't talk now. But, and then, there's some idols in. Only one of them really affected who went home. But do you think any of the twists, had they not happened or had any different twists happen, how would that affected how you played the game? What if we didn't swap another time, and we did merge and Zandy's in the merge?
Zandy would have, I think, targeted me and Cam. I think that was her plan. I don't know though.
I think Zandy would have either been first jury member or in the end. I feel like either people would have been like, yeah, she needs to go, or she would have really got people to work with her and then lasted long.
I agree.
I don't know. I kind of believe that Zandy was all for me and Richard. If she made it there, it would have I don't know. I guess if we're saying if it's are we saying Zandy in addition to? Because then that strengthens our numbers even more.
I think so, yeah.
Regardless, Richard doesn't go home,
Mm-hmm.
So then it's that completely changes the dynamic, right?
Guys, I have to go. I'm so sorry. But I love talking to all of you. I miss you guys so much. I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you
Bye.
guys.
Thanks for coming.
Oh my gosh, of course.
Oh, awesome. With that being said, I'm gonna get going too.
Wait, we
Okay.
have
Zane, if you're gonna leave, we're gonna ask our last question.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, hit me with it.
One question left.
We knew Aaron was leaving.
Okay.
So guys, last question. Let's get, like I said, we've been a little reflective tonight. Is there anything that you took away from this season from playing? Like, I mean, did you learn anything about yourself? Did you gain any confidence? I mean, obviously Cam and Haley have each other, but like, you know, what did you take away from this experience? Because I know for everyone it was a lot of fun, but I also know most people here like stuck around and kept their friendships and things like that alive. So what did you guys get out of playing from this season?
I got a good, solid group of friends that I'm extremely grateful for. Like that, playing this game made my senior year. Tanner, Richard, Cam, Haley, Aaron, Greg. Me and Greg were friends before the game, but as we were playing, he was host and I was playing the game. I became better friends with him for it, and just the overall experience of playing the game each week being chaotic. I look forward to the challenges. I watched stuff after Survivor was over, like the following season, just because of how much I enjoyed the game. And just the overall community. Survivor Time to Change at Ohio State has been outstanding. Um, yeah, and then in terms of like what I gained about myself, I would probably say I sort of realized you gotta sometimes reflect about where you are and have awareness of your situation and your surroundings. I felt like sometimes I get way too caught up in the moment and I let my emotions dictate my actions. And so that's pretty much overall what I learned.
It was actually really good, Zane.
I'll go. Well, you know what, Zach? I didn't need to win the game because I already got my prize. I fell in love in this game. His name's Richard. During one of the challenges, he mouthed the words "I love you" to me. So no, but seriously though, but no, actually, I do really appreciate everyone that I met, all the friends that I made, and I think actually I really enjoyed everything after the game than anything that happened in the game. Like being friends with everyone, meeting everyone else, and just being a part of the Survivor org and all the people who came after us as well, who the fans will see eventually. But yeah, it was just great, like, because I just transferred to OSU like the semester before, so it was great being able to just really get into something and meet a lot of new people. And yeah, it was definitely a great experience, and I took a lot from it, and I appreciate you guys giving me the chance to experience that. So thank you to Zach and Sam and everyone else on the e-board as well at the time.
I don't know if anyone has to say anything, so that's everyone. Does anyone else have to say anything?
You're all gonna go. You all have to answer this.
Yeah, I'll go next. So like obviously, like, yes, the friends I made along the way, like friends for life, all of you, like love all of you. But also I feel like for me it was definitely like a big confidence boost that like, because literally I think that you guys probably all know this, but I literally binge watched I think over 30 seasons of Survivor that summer, in a singular summer. Yeah, my brain was fucked up. But so like I feel like I was watching a lot of different people do the thing, and then I felt like I couldn't do it. And then starting off on a horrible note, I really felt like I couldn't do it, and I did pretty okay. So yeah, it was definitely a big confidence boost for me.
Yeah, I would say the same. The friends, the confidence. I think I gained a lot of confidence in like my social ability, and which is just fun, and it absolutely changed the rest of my college career. Like you just make so many friends that it's just like it would not have been the same had I not played on season 4, regardless of the outcome. And also, I realized a general distrust in men is something that I gained from this experience. So, yeah.
Yeah. Really, season 4 really like pounded it in there that women.
Watching Rites of Passage, seeing Haley go up to Nose and go, really, if you were a girl, you would have still been in.
Sorry, babe.
It's all right. I understand now. You guys have changed my mindset to believe you are the superiors.
We single
And it's been 2.5 years later, so it's still there. I guess for me, my freshman year college experience was pretty boring. So I guess it was like the transition to having an actual fun college experience. It kind of helped a lot with my socialization as well, and I don't know, making a lot of awesome friends. So yeah, can't complain.
Myself, I would say that you all had positive things, but I think I need to reevaluate because sometimes like I was really blind to a lot of things, and like I really need to open my eyes and realize like not everything is face value, not everything is as great as you think it is. So I think that's something that I've definitely learned from the game. Maybe to tone down the attitude a little bit, not be as connected to one specific person, that kind of thing. I mean, I've obviously gained positive things out of it, but you know, it's also made me kind of think as well, especially looking back at it. I'm like with Haley voting me out, like I didn't know all that she orchestrated, and there were some sassy eye rolls that I didn't notice, and you were sitting right next to me. So like that kind of thing, like reevaluating and thinking everything is okay when it's really not okay.
Yeah, that's honestly, I feel like that's a good lesson that we can all learn, because that was definitely me at Final 3. Like, I was like, I've got a front row seat to Final Tribal Council. I was like, these bitches ain't never taking each other. I'm right there. So yeah, definitely like being more conscious of that. Like, not everybody's thinking what you think they're thinking.
And you gotta look out for yourself. Ain't nobody in these streets looking out for you.
Yeah, I'll go next. You know, after I got voted out, I knew I was going to go home a winner regardless of what happened in the game, because I got the most special guy in the world sitting right across from me on the Zoom screen. And if you don't mind, I'm going to ask him a question. Tanner, you know, we've gone through our highest highs and our lowest lows, and through it all, we ended up here on this recap show at 8:29 on a Thursday. So Tanner, will you do me the honor of eventually coming back out and visiting us in Columbus at some time and some point in the future?
Yeah, of course.
Gabby.
Oh my God.
And
I'll bring
also.
Gabby. Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, no, seriously, this was awesome. I honestly, same as Tanner, I just really appreciated the opportunity to play from the executive board. I wanted to make sure that after I was voted out, that was the one thing that I really wanted to hammer home to them, that I really did appreciate the opportunity. And I mean, my entire house at this point has basically played Survivor. Most of my friends at this point are from Survivor. Like my entire college experience at this point is pretty much completely revolving around that. So I don't know where I'd be without it. I love all you guys for, I don't know, just being my friends. So love you guys. Yeah.
All right, and then I got Erin. I texted Erin right after she left, after Zane said he was also leaving, to text me her answer. And she said, just meeting the most amazing people. She probably sounds like a broken record, but I'm serious. These people are some of the greatest I've ever met in my life, and I'm so, so grateful. I learned a lot about myself as well, probably more so that I don't have a cutthroat bone in my body. But yeah, just incredible all around, and she was so happy to be a part of this season.
Well, thank you guys all for being here. And thank you guys for participating. I know we probably said that 2.5 years ago at the Final Tribal Council, but you guys really did make a really special season. I know Sam and I have talked on the other recap shows that honestly, I don't think another cast has ever captured our hearts like you guys have. We love you guys to death. We're so happy to finally be bringing this season to the world, and we're very happy that it's concluded, but sad to see it go. Thank you to everyone in the YouTube chat who hung out with us. Thank you all for taking an hour and a half to catch up with us. We love you all. And Sam, do you have anything else you'd like to say?
Yeah, I guess I think I've said this on some of our other recaps, but like out of all 5 seasons I was a part of, season 4 was my favorite cast by far. And you guys just put so much heart into the game and each other. And even like, I remember when almost the entire cast applied for crew the next season, I was like, our babies. But I really love you guys. I love this cast. I love this season. I'm so grateful all of you played, and so grateful you guys joined us for this, and grateful to have become all of your friends over the years. And I'm gonna get emotional. Zane already made me cry once today with the speech. So yeah, thank you to everybody who watched the season. It took a while to get out, but it got out and we made it through. So Zach and Jake are currently working on season 3. Season 5, I know we just finished editing season 4, so there's gonna be a little bit of delay between season 5. I don't know if anything's gonna come out in order ever again in this org, but we're just very grateful for everyone who's stuck along for the ride, and we wouldn't, do this hour-and-a-half long recap show if we didn't have the chat blowing up the entire time with Richard's roommates, evidently.
No, only half of those are my roommates. I don't know who the other.
Well, then all these other people, thank you for watching.
And if you want to hear about future seasons, follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and you'll hear updates about when we're coming back. Probably won't be for a bit, but you know what? It'll be worth the wait.
We got some good stuff coming up. All right. Thank you, everybody. Again, I'm going to end the live stream.